In the large employer category, this year's winner is McMahon Associates Incorporated. Congratulations. McMahon has been providing professional services from their corporate headquarters in the Fox Cities for 108 years. That's a really long time. Steady growth created a demand for construction of a new corporate headquarters on McMahon Drive in Neenah in 1995. An expansion and renovation of the Neenah office will be completed in 2017, increasing the building size by over 50%. Today, their team includes 150 professional engineers, architects, surveyors, technicians, field personnel, and administrative specialists working from offices in Wisconsin, Illinois, and Indiana. In the past 5 years, McMahon has achieved an average increase of sales of 15% per year. They continue to see growth in all sectors of services they provide. Each year, McMahon contributes on average over $100,000 to deserving community needs and organizations. As a business, McMahon concentrates on charitable efforts on supporting needs and activities within our local communities. They provide countless hours of offering their talent and expertise to projects that build our communities and help sustain nonprofit organizations in meeting their missions. Accepting the Business of the Year Award, large employer, is President and CEO Denny Lamers. Give him a hand. Denny Lamers.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow, what a group. We got it, McMahon. Okay, all right. First of all, I want to thank the committee for this wonderful award that we're going to receive. I'm not a professional speaker either, but I'm going to get through this and so we can all get out of here in a decent amount of time. But the honor is well received by our entire group, and we appreciate it very much. Okay. I'm very proud of the group that we have, and is it improper to have those guys stand up? I got about 20 of them here, but. Most of those people are associates. One of them's my wife, which is, yeah, she's a partner too. So, anyway. We're very thankful to all of the people that work at McMahon, and what we've done at McMahon is we've had very, very little turnover at the company. And the reason for that is some of the things that Mr. Lutz, our CFO, has put together for us, a very dynamic benefits package. I think it's the best of any company that may be in here. I think the most any family can pay for a health insurance in any 1 year for anything is $400. That includes everything. It includes a transplant policy. It's something we're very, very proud of, and for that reason and many others, we have a good bonus program. We have a great profit sharing program. That keeps the same people in our organization. That cuts our costs. It keeps us from having to retrain people. And it also allows our clients to see the same people for 30, 40, 50 years in a row. We've had clients that are over 100 years, well, not the same people, but the same clients for over 100 years. I don't think a lot of companies can say things like that. I also want to thank all of our clients, some of which are out in the audience right now, for the faith and the trust they've had in our company. It's turned into fairly decent growth, controlled growth, but it's steady growth over year after year after year. We're now over 150 people, and the goal for this growth is not to be biggest, but to be the best. And you hear that all the time, but we have a way of practicing called the McMahon way, and I think a lot of you have similar strategies, but what we do with the McMahon way is get it as deep into our culture, as deep into the organization as we possibly can. Everybody from clerical people on up practice the McMahon way, which is a series of values, culture, it's in our culture, and relationships. Long-term relationships are what we're all about. I think most companies say that, but we practice it every single day. I'm very proud of that. There's one thing I would like to say, and that is we're tailoring the company to be in competition with some of the bigger design and planning firms from Chicago, Madison, Milwaukee. You're probably not aware of this, but every year, millions of dollars leave the Fox Valley and go to other designers and planners. Well, of course, we take that personally, but what we'd like to do is have this resource that we have in the Fox Valley be well known to all members of the community. And well, anyway, that's our plan. We're not growing. We're actually adding skills and new endeavors and new technology constantly, and we're going to reinvest in that constantly. We've also started a couple of new different companies within the McMahon Group, one of which is IPR. IPR is an affiliate of McMahon that provides public-private partnerships, and I think all of you are going to hear in the next 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years much more about private money participating in what used to be public projects. I can honestly say that we're the leader in the state of Wisconsin on that. We're working with legislators. We're working with the League of Municipalities. We're working with all the people that are decision makers regarding the public-private partnership idea. It's not new, but it's very seldom practiced in the Midwest. East and West Coast are doing that because they have a lack of resources. The lack of resources are starting to be felt in a lot of our communities in Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, and others. And for that reason, we're trying to think outside the box. I don't like that phrase, but that's what IPR's mission is, to put private capital together with public needs and solve the problem. You'll hear more about that later, I'm sure. And also geospatial, we have some people here that are practicing something that's very new, collecting data and turning that into a usable product in a much different fashion than it's been done before. We call it McMahon Geospatial. We've got some of the best people anywhere practicing that. It's very technical. It involves scanning and turning that into blueprints, what you would call, there are no blueprints anymore, but that's the concept of collecting data in a much more efficient fashion, and we're a leader in that as well. Okay, well anyway, our success has allowed us to do some things that I'm very proud of. One of those is to be the designer for the new Harbor House, the new addition to Harbor House. Many of you won't know that that's even a project on the boards, but we've donated, we haven't provided a reduced cost or anything like that. We're providing 100% of the services needed at no cost for Harbor House. I'm very proud of that, and our success with all these people right here. And if you're not aware of what Harbor House is, it's the domestic abuse facility on Memorial Drive. Unfortunately, that project is needed, and I say unfortunately because, well, I think you understand what I mean, but it's a $4 million project, and my wife and I, Jan and I, are co-chairs for the fundraising for the project, along with several others. If you could find in your hearts to add Harbor House to your annual giving, that would be something that would be very well received by us, obviously. We're also doing the same thing for Levin, no cost. And it's all a result of us being successful at what we've been doing for 108 years. And no, I didn't start the company. I'd like to say I did, but I didn't. So after I'd say the last 25 years or so, the company has completely changed character, and I'd like to see us be much more involved with the community and not less. So I think some of these things we're talking about for Harbor House and Levin, I think that's going to become an annual thing for us to take on, something that's needed, that makes us all feel good. So this is a tremendous honor for our company. I can't imagine us ever having gotten this, but anyway, I thank you all very much. Thank you all.